Hey up, it's Steve from the old Yorkshire Geek. Bit of Star Trek news, yay, Star Trek, huzzah. Star Trek Picard Season 3 showrunner Terry Matalas has teased that there's going to be more returning Next Generation and adjacent characters. So let's have a look at that. Here we go. This is from comicbook.com. As usual, links in the description. Don't forget, like and subscribe, share the videos, drop a comment, hit the notification bell. I'm also on Rumble and Anchor.fm, Spotify, Amazon Music Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. And don't forget, if you want to, follow me on my social medias, Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. It's cat pictures, basically. And all the links for all that's in the description as well. Right, so here we go. Star Trek Picard Season 3 showrunner teases more returning Next Generation and adjacent characters. Star Trek fans can expect a few more returning Star Trek The Next Generation and adjacent characters in Star Trek Picard Season 3. Showrunner Terry Matalas teased the returns during Monday's Star Trek Picard Season 3 panel at the TCA, that's Television Critics Association, 2023 Winter Press Tour. Fans have known for months that the Star Trek Next Generation cast will reunite in Star Trek Picard's final season. Or is it? Yeah, because there's been talk that it might go on. I hope not. I hope they do a new thing. But anyway, however, the New York Comic Con trailer for the season brought some surprises, including that Brett Spiner isn't playing Data, who died in Star Trek Nemesis, but Data's evil brother Law. I'm kind of still hoping it's going to be B4, but never mind. We'll see. The trailer also revealed that Dr. Moriarty, played by Daniel Davis, is back, which few, if any, fans saw coming, but there may be more on the way. During the panel, Matalas, said via Trek Central that a few next-gen adjacent characters like Moriarty will appear in the season. As for why Moriarty is back, he added, the Moriarty storyline was a big influence on me when I was younger. He's just as good as he was back then. Oh, that might be a big influence. I suppose maybe because it delves into, classic fiction, doesn't it? Sherlock Holmes and all that. And, bad guys, because Moriarty's one of the archetypal bad guys in fiction. So I suppose that's why it could be a big influence. But we're only in 2 episodes, wasn't it? Ship in a Bottle and Elementary Dear Data. Elementary Dear Data first and then Ship in a Bottle. Both good episodes, one from season 2 and one from season whatever, I can't remember. But they were both good episodes. Right, Matalas' comments about the Next Generation or generation adjacent characters seem to go hand in hand with some previous comments he made. In his comments, he said that Picard's final season would have some representation for the Next Generation's spin-off shows. I think that it's important to Deep Space Nine fans to feel seen, Matalas told Den of Geek. It's a continuation of Voyager 2, of course, with 7 of 9, Jerry Ryan, in our show. If you're going to be in this time period, there's such a rich opportunity to honour what came before. So who could return in Star Trek Picard Season 3? Some possible characters that could return for Star Trek The Next Generation are Michelle Forbes as Ro Laren, Colin Meaney as Miles O'Brien, who I were hoping were going to be Captain of the Titan. I know he's a Chief Petty Officer, but he could have got a field commission or whatever, or, because he's, he was Chief of Operations on Deep Space Nine. I mean, really, he should have somebody working above him, shouldn't he? He should have a proper officer, proper officer, an academy graduate above him, really. Because as he said before, he might have been the Chief of Operations and one of the senior members of Deep Space Nine crew, but when Nog went to the academy, technically when he graduated, Chief O'Brien would have to call him Sir, wouldn't he? It's mental, isn't it? Anyway, and Denise Crosby as Sealer. Been having a bit of an argument, by the way, on the internet, not about Sealer, about what's his face? Harry Kim from Voyager. Why did he stay an ensign for so long? All through 7 seasons of Voyager, he was an ensign. How was he the Chief of Operations? He was the head of the operations department. He was introduced in episode 1, the caretaker, as our new operations officer. as sort of like intimating that he was the head of operations. I forgot, I've got something cooking. If you heard that bell, then I've got some pasta bake in the oven. But anyway, Harry Kim. We intimated that he was the head of operations, the largest department on a starship. In much the same way that Data were the head of operations on the Enterprise. And I think, was it O'Brien? I know O'Brien was an engineer, but who were the head of ops on Deep Space Nine? Because he was called Chief of Operations, wasn't he? Or Miles O'Brien, but he was really engineering, wasn't he? But I don't know. But yeah, so how can they make it an ensign? And it was said it's fresh out of the academy, so it's his first mission, isn't it? How is he the head of operations on Starship? I have no idea. There must be other officers. There are like 150 crew, weren't there, ish? All these other officers that have had years of training and years of experience got overlooked for this young, fresh-faced ensign. Why didn't he graduate from the academy as at least a lieutenant? Like Savick did, and Julian Bashir, he graduated from Starfleet Medical Academy as a lieutenant because it was his first posting. It was his first posting to Deep Space Nine as the chief medical officer. As I just said, mental. Anyway, Ro was a recurring character in Next Generation's later seasons, a Bajoran Starfleet officer whose last appearance saw her defecting to the Maquis. O'Brien was the Enterprise D transporter chief who left that position to become chief of operations, as I just said, on Deep Space Nine. In his last appearance, he took a teaching position at Starfleet Academy and went on to get a field commissioner captain and became captain of the USS Titan A. He didn't really, I'm lying. Pipe dreams. Seela is a Romulan antagonist and the daughter of Tasha Yar, last seen defeated in the two-part unification episode of Next Generation. Almost any character from Star Trek Deep Space Nine or Star Trek Voyager could also appear, apart from, I don't know though, because it's after Prodigy, isn't it? So we could see Chakotay maybe. Though Kate Mulgrew has ruled out the idea of Janeway appearing. Oh, that's a shame. From Deep Space Nine, let's say she's busy with Prodigy, isn't she? From Deep Space Nine, there are Starfleet officers Julian Bashir and Ezri Dax, with whom Worf would have existing relationships from his time on the space station. From Voyager, Tom Paris, who already appeared in Star Trek Lower Decks. B'Elanna Torres and Harry Kim. Chakotay's whereabouts are tied up in Star Trek Prodigy's plot. He's disappeared, and he's in the future somewhere, isn't he? At the end of season 1. But Harry Kim, I mean, we saw him did we see him as a captain in Endgame? I think we did, didn't we? Captain Harry Kim on, I can't remember what ship we were on. Anyway, Star Trek Picard Season 3 premieres on Paramount Plus on February 16th. The show's first 2 seasons are streaming now, but you don't want to watch them because they're rubbish. So there you go. So we're going to get some more Next Generation and Next Generation adjacent characters. There could be anybody, couldn't there? There could be anybody. Probably somebody that we'd least expect, like the outrageous O'Connor, who we've seen in Prodigy. Who else appeared like just once? I can't think of anybody off the top of my head. And is not dead. Like I said, they've got Moriarty in, haven't they? So will they have his lovely lady, Stephanie Beecham? I can't remember the name of her character, but she could pop up with Moriarty. You'd think so, because they went together, didn't they, into the holographic universe that they created for them. Anyway, whatever. Right, we'll leave it there. So I just thought I'd cover that. So let's get rid of that. Wherever you are in the universe, look after each other. And until next time, I'll see thee. Got to go check on my pasta bake now. Hope it's nice, but we'll see. Bye.